the more we lean into God, the more we embrace how great he is, the more we surrender to the fact that we as believers owe worship to God for who he is, the more we realize that we should respond and we should be lifting him higher in our lives, higher in worship times. There's times where an act of worship has nothing to do even with a church building or with music at all. It's like how we treat people or what we do with our jobs. I might hate my job. Somebody might hate their job. There's been jobs that I haven't liked, and I've had to have like a check in my spirit and say, Lord, I'm going to do this not unto my bosses who I can't stand, but I'm going to try to walk this out and offer even this job and how I do it as an offering of worship to you. I haven't always succeeded in that. Candidly, I've failed in that. But there's different ways that we can offer worship to God. Participating in corporate worship on a Sunday without worrying what people around you might think. Something I hear sometimes is like, well, but I don't like those songs. Let me tell you the truth. I hear some of those songs like 17 times a week for the last 15 years. Even your boy, Pastor Randy, can get tired of some songs. That's not about the songs that I like. Those songs were not written for me anyway. Those songs were written for someone greater and higher than me. So even songs that maybe I don't super like or I'm not a huge fan of, I will find a way to bring the worship I owe to God, regardless of the song that's being sung, man. You cannot outsource your worship of God. The worship team isn't worshiping God in your place. They can't. That's your responsibility. That's our responsibility as believers. We have to give to God what he's owed and what he deserves. Worship isn't the opening act here, right? That's not how we can't treat worship as the opening act and the message is like the real deal or whatever. It's not the case. It's all together. We give this all for the glory of God. When we come to church, and I've failed at this too, but when we come to church to try to remember, Lord, I'm coming here to bring you an offering of my praise and my worship. Even if I don't feel like it sometimes. I don't want to be too self-serious to express my praise and my worship to the Lord. I don't want to be too dignified to like sometimes lift my hands and praise you, Lord. To sometimes sing out loud, even if my voice is terrible, to sometimes croak out loud about how great you are. You can't outsource your worship of God, church. You know, we as Christians, sometimes we love the idea of like, you know, we're going to tell it how it is. I want a pastor who tells it how it is. I want you to speak the truth. Speak the truth to the culture, pastor. This is the truth, and ain't nobody wants to hear it. You can't outsource your worship of God. You can't. You can't. And we can fight every culture war till we're blue in the face, but if we're not worshiping God, what are we doing? It's true. Beware. Be aware of getting involved in every culture war, but having our hearts be far from God. That don't help nobody. And we're trying to speak as Christians on behalf of the Lord, but if our hearts are not worshiping him and in line with what he's doing, we risk misrepresenting him, and that's a dangerous place to be.